PokeRamble Podcast.
Welcome to another edition of the PokeRamble Podcast, the last one for this year. And what better way to celebrate the year by looking at some of the gifts you may have received over Christmas. Apart from that, I think I've got a joke to share, or rather my co-host does, so we'll just get right into it. Yes, welcome to episode 28 of the PokeRamble Podcast. I'm your host, Kumail, and with me is Amit, the Battle Frontier Brain.
Hey!
Okay, so before I rudely started this podcast in the middle of you talking, you had something to say.
So while we're doing like sound checks and stuff, like sometimes Sophie will sit in the room with me and whatever, and she just whispers to me from the sofa as we're about to go live, how do you know that a Pikachu really enjoys his food?
I don't know.
Like, I gotta hear this out.
Yeah, how do you know?
She's like, because he really Pikachus it. I'm like, God.
You'd hope if he Pikachu's the menu, what's on the menu, he would enjoy it.
Yes.
Pikachu's what's on the menu. There we are. Look, give me a bit of time, and I'll get it right. You know? I think I actually heard her just sniggering in the background as well. Like, I think I heard something in my ears. Like,
oh man,
I can't wait for her little segment next year. That should be fun.
I'm looking forward to it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well. You're only 2 days late, but hey.
Yes, late both with the message and with the presents, but hey, we are where we are.
Hey, the one thing about Santa is he delivers. He doesn't say when, but he delivers. Full stop. TM sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Santa better known as Jeff Bezos this year.
Oh Jesus. I imagine Jeff Bezos with like a little Santa hat, and it's actually terrifying. Like that's a future I don't want to see.
No, yeah. Definitely not.
But talking of Christmas, actually, you sent me a picture of two of your gifts, so I'll bring the first one up. What's this? What's
we talked about.
What episode is it, by the way?
It's episode 28, episode Sandslash.
Okay, Alolan Sandslash.
Your choice, Alolan or
Cantonian? We're going to go Alolan because of the time of year.
Because it's Christmas time.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
Shout out to Stephen.
Indeed.
Anyway.
Indeed.
So this is a proper original Game Boy that my friend somewhat destroyed and has then turned into this wonderful little scene of Squirtle. And for those of you on the audio podcast, the best way to describe it is she's taken out the old screen and most of the internal electronics, stuck down like little pebbles to make like a sort of rocky terrain, and then there's a sleeping Squirtle and a little succulent, and it's super cute. And there's grass coming out where all the buttons are, so it looks like really overgrown. It's really cool. And that's what I got from her for Christmas. So shout out to Helen, who won't be listening to this, but thank you very much, because it's a lovely present.
Something from a bygone era.
Yeah, and she said she was inspired by my proposal story, which I have now told on the podcast, so go back and listen to that. But I thought it was super, super cute and very kind of her. So, really excited to have got that.
Well, that's a hell of a present.
Nice. You can do this. So.
The second, yeah, I'm not proud of that one, to be honest with you. The second image I've brought up is this one. So, what's this?
So we talked, and we had a stream midweek where we were just giving away Pokemon over Christmas, and I mentioned that Sophie bought me the Pokemon Advent Calendar, which I think is the first official Advent Calendar they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all the figurines that came with it, including the tree and the snowman and the little presents and the sleigh. It's, I think, roughly 16 to 20 really cute, actually really high quality figurines. And some of them have got really nice poses. They're not just sort of the generic standing on 2 legs or 4 legs. Like Meowth's got a little wink and he's like wagging his finger, and Squirtle and Bulbasaur are winking at each other, and it's really, really cute. Espeon, who is in this picture, isn't actually officially part of the set, but I have a little Espeon.
You could have fooled me. It looks right in there.
Yeah, Espeon sleeping under the tree. It's really cute, and I've had a lot of fun playing with them and putting him in different poses and stuff.
I'm just very happy with the Jigglypuff in the background with the microphone.
Yeah, Jigglypuff with microphone, which is always a nice treat. Honestly, Pip-Pup, I think, looks best right on top of the tree as the star. That's normally where Pip-Pup is, but I couldn't quite get it all in frame. So at the moment, Pip-Pup.
Yeah, you sent me a few pictures with like very high detail camera shots and whatnot.
Yeah, they're really good.
I do have a question. So we've got Alolan forms, we've got Galarian forms.
Mm-hmm.
Cantonian forms, I guess, with Executor. That Jigglypuff.
Yes.
Karaoke form? Oh dear.
No, it's cool. I mean, to me, Jigglypuff should always just have the microphone.
It makes sense.
Even in the wild, like that should just be a thing. And I know that it's only, or in theory, it's only that one Jigglypuff who's supposed to have the microphone, but it just feels right now.
Well, you gave me some Pokemon presents, but I'm going to leave that till later.
Okay.
As it's going to form our main discussion, which is good gifts to give to people at Christmas and maybe even outside of Christmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I've put Delibird's recommended gifts as today's title.
For a Merry Merchmas.
Yeah, exactly. But before Merry Merchmas, we'll talk about the two straggling things actually. And I think before I move on, you sent me a message a week ago, or even a week ago, maybe even a couple of days ago, where you were struggling to find the Pikachu sort of Shining Fates box that wasn't marked up, just standard retail price, because it's sold out everywhere. Well, actually, just coincidentally, when I was putting the show together, I actually found out why that is. It turns out the Pokemon Company are staggering sort of stock allocation for TCG in general. So there's less sort of stock out there, and they're releasing them in waves rather than just putting one big bulk allocation
to keep the resale price high.
No, I think it's because of distribution. They're having issues.
Okay, fine.
So yeah, they're going to be releasing it in waves, and so the Shining Fates Pikachu box should be available again once it's on sale.
Good.
So yeah, I read that and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. And Nintendo, like, not associated with Pokemon, but not strictly one-to-one with Pokemon, but they've got a big history of, scarcity, artificial scarcity. So making things seem like they're going to run out, but they're really not. So it just raises the value of things. But yeah, don't fear if you can't find your ideal TCG gift. They did the same thing with Champions Path. It'll be back in stock soon enough, so just keep an eye out for it. Maybe register on some websites, add to your wish list, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, should we go to our first quick Pokemon Go section?
Let's go.
What's Pokemon going on? Yes, this is the Pokemon Go section of the show. Just two really quick things. 2021 celebrations in Pokemon Go is happening on the 31st, I believe, till the 4th. You're going to get a 2021 glasses Slowbro, a 2020 glasses Slowpoke, which is pretty funny, and you're going to get Top Hat Pichu, Pikachu, and Raichu, and then you're going to get in raids Party Hat Wurmple, Party Hat Raticate, and maybe another Party Hat something, but I can't remember what. But I was actually really lucky the first time Party Hat Wurmple came out, because I hatched the 2km egg, and I think it might have been the only egg during that event that I hatched, but it was a shiny Party Hat Wurmple. I was well happy. So yeah, that's sort of happening. And then like in January, Community Day, I think it's the 14th, but Machop is gonna come out during Community Day. It'll learn the special move Payback, which is good for PvP if you evolve it within those hours. Just a quick note, Machop, or Machamp more strictly, continues to be one of the best fighting type counters in the game. Sorry, a fighting type you want to use against, steel Pokemon and stuff like that. So yeah, catch a lot of Machop, chop. But yeah, that's it for the Pokemon Go stuff. I'm going to move on if you've got nothing else to say.
No, move forward.
Oh, actually, before I move forward, I played the music, but it was really insane because I got a shiny on the 25th. Which was a sealed Christmas, and then on Boxing Day I got a Shadow Shiny Pinsir.
Wow!
And that was from James, which was really surprising.
So is Team it Rocket. More valuable not to purify it?
It's stronger.
It's stronger as a Shadow Pokemon.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
There's a lot more cost towards raising up and stuff like that as well. So yeah. And it's just rare to have a Shadow Shiny in general. It's my first one ever in the game, and I've done like 750 Rocket battles. So, yeah. Well, I guess they only come from like Rocket bosses and then Jesse and James at the moment. So, yeah. But anyway, I'll move on. I shall move on. So you want to be a Pokemon Masters? You can tell the enthusiasm in my voice is what I'd like to say. But hey, something really cool happened. In fact, really cool. our boy N ended up being indeed the person who was brought into Pokemon Masters.
Yeah, and in what a way? Not just paired with the legendary Zekrom, but also with a story event. That was...
Humble brag? Humble brag? I called it.
You did call it. You called it on the podcast as well.
But like me going back, I can understand why it's Zekrom because of what Zekrom represents. But yeah, every other piece of media I saw, it's all Reshiram. So it's like, what?
Yeah. No, it's cool, and actually I quite like it because now you do have that like black and white in one sync pair vibe, and that's cool.
And actually, I've been thinking about Gen 5 lately a lot because of the event that just happened. And when you really think about it, black and white are some of the best games we've ever gotten, right?
I talk about how black and white pushed boundaries quite a bit, and they did some really creative things, and some of them didn't pan out well. Some of them sucked, like rotation battles. People just didn't like them, but they pushed the boat. They pushed
did
the
a lot
boat
of gimmicky
out.
Stuff, didn't they?
And you know what? Like, I'm all for more of that experimentation in Pokemon games. And sometimes not all of those things are going to land. You know, sometimes some of those things will be irritating or grindy or frustrating. But generally speaking, I always thought that Black and White were some really solid games.
This storytelling-wise as well,
break.
it's like massive. And
I took a break from Gen 4, so I didn't play Gen 4 when it first came out. Played Gen 5, then went back to Gen 4. And for me, playing Gen 5, it's what got me reinvested into Pokemon again.
Yeah, I totally get that.
I thought they were really good games. Really good games.
I guess in terms of the story perspective and characters, yes, number one. And then two, Black and White 2, push the envelope of like post games and what post games could be / represent. So.
Yeah, and for me, Black and White 2 just felt like a very polished version of Black and White. Obviously with a lot more story as well, but it felt like everything I needed in a sequel to actually justify playing it again. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
No, they were solid, and the music was great.
And so, like, I don't want to give away spoilers probably ever for this, but I guess this story is like a sequel to the Black and White series.
I could not believe how well done this story event is in Pokemon Masters. And if you've not played Pokemon Masters and you're a big fan of the Pokemon series, go and like YouTube or Google this story and watch it if you can. It's that good, it's that worth watching. And bear in mind, all of this stuff is signed off by the Pokemon Company. So although it may not be considered official canon, quote unquote, it
can
feels
be
like a
canon. Yeah, it can be in your head canon.
Yeah,
example.
It's one of those things that just nicely sort of ties up some of those bows from the game and the series. And actually, for me, it's probably one of the best story events we've ever had in Pokemon Masters, period.
Bonus points, do you know what his full name is?
N.
Yeah.
No, that's my answer.
No, his actual full name.
No, I don't.
Okay, are you ready for this? This is going to break your mind, because I couldn't believe this was his actual name, but it is canonically his actual name. It's Natural Harmonia Gropius.
Oh, you know what? I did know that, and I've never been able to recall it, but I did know that, and I was like, that's weird. Yeah. Then I went and looked it up, and I was like, okay.
I'm just going to keep him as N, to be honest. Yeah, Raul's like, what a name. Yeah, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I don't know where it's come from, but hey, you know, that's his name. That's his name. Oh dear.
But you understand? It's understandable why he goes by N.
Yeah. And I think N's just more of a badass sort of name.
Because like people think he's pretentious enough, and then if you go around with a name like that, it doesn't help your case.
Yeah. To be fair, he's not pretentious though, is he? He's one of the best characters we've got in the franchise.
He starts off as seeming like he's pretentious. He starts off by seeming like he's above everyone else. Yeah. That he knows better, and that's one of the things I really like about N is that his journey in the game is one of evolving and humility and understanding. But what doesn't change is this passion. Yeah, this passion that drives him, that actually is so relatable and so connectable that you almost want him to succeed, but at the same time he's opposing you at the beginning, and it feels like this very jarring blend of ideals where actually for the first time in a Pokemon game you actually can sympathize with the other party genuinely. And that's one of the things that makes N one of the most beloved characters, is that he is so relatable in many ways.
And in Black and White too, there's these like sort of memory links you can access, and you can actually see through his journey that's taking place at the same time as your journey that he's really struggling to come to terms with things. He's got his own sort of conflicts within him. So whilst the player only sees him in one angle, the memory links in Black and White 2 that you get to access shows you him in a different angle. Well, shows you things that you don't get to see as a player necessarily that took place during the first game. So yeah, he's probably one of the best characters, and we've actually never seen him again since Black and White 2. He's actually not reappeared in like the mainline series at all. Like there's a lot of characters that have reappeared over the past few games, like XY, Sun and Moon especially. But yeah, no.
And I'll tell you why I think that is because I don't think he can have a minor appearance. Unlike like Colress, who shows up in the end of Ultra Sun and... Oh no, is it Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun?
Yeah, even in the beginning he sort of...
And Colress just shows up and it's like, oh, okay, it's Colress, fine, nice, bye. Whereas I feel like anytime N shows up, there's going to be some significance to that story. So in a way, I'm glad they haven't just put him in as a throwaway character in a sequel or whatever. But
yeah, because at the end of the games, and spoilers for 30 seconds, I guess, but he just jumps out of a fucking window with the Zekrom and he just goes. he's just gone. Oh, restaurant.
The Pokemon Master story calls him out on that shit.
Yeah,
and they're like, I shouldn't swear, my bad. They call him out on that rubbish. They call him out on that and they say, what the hell, dude? Why'd you just jump out a window and leave?
Yeah, because he was going on his journey, but he does give you like little monologue before he just fucks off. But like, yeah, no, it was really really good thing they've done in this game. So bravo to them. Okay, spoilers over. Just quickly looking at him as a sync pair for what he is. Oh, and by the way, illustration on the left hand side is done by Pokemon Masters and a guest illustrator called Miko. So go check out the Pokemon Masters Twitter for that image. But yeah, as a sync pair, okay, it's fine. It's cool.
He's a good physical striker. Not earth-shattering, not meta-defining, but very, very solid.
Yeah. Bolt Strike.
Better than Gloria.
Bolt Strike, 4-gauge, powerful move. Small chance to leave person paralyzed. X attack for the other move. Outrage, you know what Outrage does. And Ideals will prevail, so raises user speed, accuracy, lowers defense. And if it doesn't have a sync buff, the next super effective attack will be even more powered up. So pretty cool.
Yeah, and the main thing about Bolt Strike, the gimmick behind it, it ignores all damage modifiers. So crit shield, physical shield, anything, vigilance, it ignores as well. So that's pretty handy when Pokemon Masters are starting to introduce more and more of those gimmicks into the AI fights. So yeah, that's cool.
So they use piercing blows as his passive skills that essentially does that for Bolt Strike. Got sync freebie and entry freebie, which basically means he doesn't use any move gauge. I need to gorge move gauge when he uses a move. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, not necessarily like his sync grid is fine as well. Really, there's not much to play around with there, but yeah, he's just strong, just very very strong. And if you like him, pull for him. If you don't like him, fair enough, you're wrong. But I'm gonna move on if you're okay with that.
Yep.
Anything to add?
Yeah. Nope.
So normally I call this section merch to do about nothing, but you know what? Inspired by yourself, Amit, I shall call it We Wish You a Merry Merchmas. We wish you a Merry Merchmas. I've just seen 5 people leave the stream because of my singing. Okay, so
I'm glad that you sang though. I appreciate it.
Some people say I have a voice of an angel. Usually they're atheists. But
or deaf.
Yeah, basically one of those two. So you had an idea that you wanted to check out some gifts that you could probably give over Christmas or outside of Christmas, but gifts in general. Yes. Pokemon gifts. And so that's the theme we're going for, Pokemon gifts. So I'm going to start off with your gifts, and I'll start off with gift number 1 if you want to talk through it.
Go for it. So credit here goes to Pokify on Etsy for the image on the left, which is the Flygon one, and I'm just double checking who the one on the right was.
Store is the other one.
Thank you. Just so I can give credit. These are Pokemon terrariums, which are really cute, half transparent Pokeballs. So the red half is transparent, and inside are these really nice little scenes of Pokemon just hanging out in the Pokeball and having fun. And the one on the left is a Flygon in this really kind of grassy and flowery and really sort of tranquil habitat. And then the one in the center is Pikachu, Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur all hanging out together. It looks like they've got some food on the go, and it's just really cute. And the one thing I really appreciate about these is that it just gives a bit more. It just gives a bit more to that imagination of what life is like in a Pokeball, and I really liked that. And it's such a simple idea. And some of these you can get like cheap ones that are sort of 20, 30 quid, and then they go. So they do scale up to sort of the 75, even 100 quid I've seen for some of these that are sort of really intricate and elegant. But what's nice is they've got a real range of Pokemon, lots of different shops out there doing similar things, and they're just really slick designs.
Yeah, and I guess I want to ask: is there like one for a club, like a Pokemon club, and there's like a little bouncer as well? And who would that bouncer be in your mind?
I feel like the bouncer would be Beware.
Okay. Yeah,
Beware would make a good bouncer.
Yeah, that's a good answer in my opinion. We'll move on to number 2, which is made by Misty on Etsy, Misty with 2 Ys. What's this?
Yeah, so this is a very cute thing. I actually have 2 of these different colors, which are little Bulbasaurs.
It looks like he's seen some shit in his lifetime.
They're little Bulbasaur statues, and they come in different colors and all that kind of stuff. But what's really cool is that he has a hollow back, and you can put a plant like a succulent into his back, and then it grows naturally over time. So it's like a little plant pot.
Ain't no hollow back, girl.
No, we can't sing that song. That swears far too much.
Yeah.
But no, you can put a little plant in and it can grow. So some of these are really cheap, and some of them you can get for like 5 or 6 quid on Etsy. Again, there are lots of shops doing similar things. This particular one I really liked because it's got the color scheme, and it's got everything really nicely done, which I think was $25. And as I say, you can plant any plant you want in the back, either with a pot or without a pot. Just put some soil in loose. And I've got 2. And they're doing very well. One of them's got a fake plant in because I wasn't very good at looking after the original, and one of them has an air plant in, which doesn't need any water, just needs sunlight and the occasional bit of water, but like once every 6 months. So it's doing very well. And they're really cute. They're really, really nice little display pots for plants.
Once I actually come to your house, I'm now expecting the whole house just to be like a Pokemon jungle, just like the movie.
Sophie is very, very good at keeping the Pokemon stuff discreet.
Yeah,
but I do have a lot of Pokemon stuff.
Like when like a normal person comes into the house, she's just got like a little thing she can push, and everything just like goes back into like
literally like everything just flips around and it's all hidden.
Oh, God bless her. She must have a lot of patience to deal with you.
She has a lot of patience to deal with me. It's true.
Oh God, I'm sort of glad that I'm single because I don't know what's gonna happen to my room when I actually find someone. Oh,
you either need to find someone who's okay with it and will allow it, or you need to develop a lot of compromise power.
Moving on. This is Jian Jing from Amazon, but these sort of cable huggers.
Yeah, really little cheap gift, but super cute. And that Espeon in the left corner you may recognise as the one that was under my Christmas tree in the photo originally. So these are cable huggers. You can put them on your cables, your chargers, etc. And they're really, really good. They stay on very reliably. And they've got a little sort of hollow channel underneath them, and you literally slip your cable in, clip them in, and they just hug your cable. So when you go to grab your cable, you've got a little buddy there with you. And what's really nice is then when it's connected to your phone, it's sort of just like Espeon or Pikachu or whoever you get, and there are literally hundreds of these styles.
Oh yeah, Japan love a cable hugger.
So like you can get like Bulbasaurs and all that kind of stuff. They just sit on the table next to your device. It's super cute. And super cheap as well. Like I was surprised. Like you can get some of these on Etsy, and I want to say I saw quite a few on Amazon as well. These particular ones are from Amazon. Yeah, these ones are from Amazon. Some of them are as cheap as like 3 or 4 quid. So really, really cute and really nice little stocking fillers or gifts for someone who has too many cables and needs something just to brighten the room up a bit.
I feel attacked personally right there. So gift number 4 from the Pokemon Center.
Yeah, I wanted to get something in from the Pokemon Center, and what better gift to get someone than a 71-inch long ferret? Because you got to go big, and I just love, and this is the biggest plushie I could find for a ferret. And remember from an Unown Fact of the Week some time ago, ferret is taller than Charizard, to give you some sense of scale for how big ferret is in the Pokemon world. So I feel like this is the sort of true to life size ferret. super cuddly. Wrap yourself around it and go to sleep, or use it to tie up your worst enemy. Really cool. And I just love like giant plushies. I think they're so cool. And I was going to put a Snorlax one in, but I couldn't decide on my favorite. And then I saw this, and I was like, no, this is the winner.
Well, considering the sort of black and white sort of theme we're going for, you know, the one song that's, you know, sort of, what's the word for it?
Synonymous?
Yes, synonymous with Fur It Is. Accumulate
Yes,
Town.
it's Accumulate Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song. Yeah, it'll be in my head all night now.
Yeah, and a little for it, just, you know, crawling along, just doing its thing.
I just think sometimes
nostalgia.
you need a giant plushie in your life. This one obviously is more pricey. This is 72 of your hard-earned dollars, but you know what? That's not bad value, all things considered.
No, I totally agree. And we'll end it with gift 5. One is from Buyer's Art, which I think is the left, and the other one's from Biagio Panzani or Zani.
Biagio Panzani, yeah.
That's one.
Actually, the same artist. One is just from a different source, but it's the same guy. Not on any of your usual stores. This is on Fiverr. And you can actually pay, and this guy, I think, charges around 40 to 45 quid. Other people do it for slightly less. Other people do it for slightly more. But I thought his work was just such good quality. He will do artwork of you and any Pokemon of your choosing. And there are some images on the left of a trainer sleeping with the Salamence, someone rocking out on a beach with Typhlosion, and then on the right-hand side are some images of trainers with their favourite teams. So
that's you've got some great teams there, eh?
Yeah, you got there's cool teams with like Greninja, Mega Charizard, Mewtwo, another team with Gengar and Blastoise and Machamp. It's really cool. Sceptile, Aggron. There's a mix of Gen 3 and Gen 5 in one of them. It's a really cool idea, and super, super personal. And if you wanted to ever get something for someone who, was really into Pokemon and wanted to get them something nice for their wall, you can't go wrong with either a digital artwork or a physical artwork, and I think this guy does some stellar work. There are, again, lots of people on Fiverr doing similar things, different price points. So if you want something a little cheaper or a little more expensive, you're looking between 25 and it can go anywhere over 100 quid depending on what you want. But I just thought this was such a lovely personal touch and a really cool idea. So if you are looking for some presents for someone in the future, why not give Fiverr a try?
It's really funny because, man, this is stretching back to my university days, but my friend, she was like talking to me and she was saying, oh, so what are your favorite pink looking Pokemon? I'm like thinking, what do you mean pink looking Pokemon? I said, well, ghost types usually have like pink purplish sort of Pokemon and stuff like that. And I remember just 2 weeks later I was working and like this box comes into work and I'm like, oh, what's this? Open up and she had drawn me one of my favorite characters from Love Live mixed in with all these different Pokemons. It's still one of the favorite gifts I've ever gotten in my life, and I've got it hanged up behind me. But yeah, I think things like this just incredible and just amazing. And like if you're giving it as a gift to someone, I think it's something they won't forget anytime soon, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's just such a personal touch, and honestly, I really love that every one of these is going to be unique. I think it's a super cool idea, and shout out to everyone on Fiverr for doing what they do, because those people are making a living doing some crazy stuff. And if you are ever stuck for gift ideas, rather than going to somewhere like an Amazon or an Etsy, why not give Fiverr a try? We're not sponsored by Fiverr, but I obviously used it for my proposal.
I've never heard of it before, so
So Fiverr is a service where people will do anything you want.
Oh,
for well, not anything you like. They have set services.
I'm just playing.
But so like I googled I searched on Fiverr, can someone edit a ROM of Pokemon Yellow, and that's how I did my proposal thing with Pokemon Yellow. So like there are people on there who do all sorts of crazy things. They'll teach you things, they'll build things, they'll make things, they'll draw things. Fiverr's a really cool service. And yeah, it's what I mean. They're all independent people. They're all living their own lives and doing their own thing. And for some of them, this is like a side job. For some of them, this is their living.
So actually, like during
really cool.
this sort of pandemic, some people will be relying on this kind of thing. So you're doing a good job. But
no, it's cool. So go check it out.
We're not sponsored. Just double checking. I'm
certain we are sponsored. I'm receiving no money from Fiverr. If I was, I would declare it.
Cool. Before we move on, oh god, I don't know what's wrong with my throat today. But I wanted to give a shout out to 3 artists who all have very different art styles. One of them just switches up their art style all the time, and it just like blows my mind. But the 3 artists I want to give a shout out to is Fergie21, Phil J. Woodward, who does the PokeRamble stuff, and Nerf Alice as well, who does some fantastic art, including this Final Fantasy VII sort of one she did recently. If you like art, give them a follow. I'm not too sure if they're working on commissions at the moment and stuff like that, but give them a follow. Look at their art, and maybe one day they'll have the commissions open if it's not already open, and you can get some stuff done by them. So
yeah, Mr. J Woodward, lifelong friend of the podcast for all the work he's done for us.
Oh, he's also streaming as well, so check out his Twitter to get his Twitch link. Tonight, 10 p.m. Pacific time, which is about 6 a.m. our time. So yeah, I'll probably be there for like 5 minutes because I'll be awake at that time.
Fall asleep again.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's your sort of top 5 picks. And I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat because my first one is one that you actually gifted to me.
Did I now?
And it's kind of like 2 in 1. I've put them together. But there was this Snom card holder where it's like a Snom and there's like a little slot to put a card in. And yeah, that's what I've done. And it's a custom card if you can't tell. But yeah, you bought me a custom Mega Charizard GX, which is my favorite fire type Pokemon, one of my favorite Mega, obviously. And a Snom that holds it, and it's just I've never thought about it, but it's just such a cool way of like showcasing one of your favorite cards ever. So yeah.
So the shout out for Snom goes to Trafalgar Lee on Etsy, who 3D prints these little Snoms, and they've got a slit in the middle so that you can put Pokemon cards or postcards or anything you want in them. And yeah, I bought it for you for Christmas because I thought it was super cute, and it's a really cool idea. And I know you love Snom, and he's all Christmas themed as well.
Snom is great.
So the shout out goes to Trafalgar Lee on Etsy, and the card is a custom card that someone designed on Etsy. I'm going to just quickly find the name of the person who made it. But yeah, of Mega Charizard X. I don't think they've ever made a Dragon type Charizard card.
I think they have in the TCG Gen 6. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I'm pretty sure because there's 2 versions of it. But yeah, I know because my friend took out a loan to complete the collection. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And the credit goes to, I'm just making sure I get this right, Extreme Pokemon Cards on Etsy.
Awesome. So yeah.
So thank you very much.
And it's there sitting on my bedside table with all my other Pokemon stuff.
Yeah.
So awesome. Thank you very much. My next one, Pokeballs. Actually, one of these I've got pre-ordered. The other one I actually got for my birthday from my sister, which was really cool.
I am so jealous of the one on the right that you have pre-ordered.
I think you can still get it from Zavi as a pre-order.
Oh no, I can. I just can't justify the price point.
But it's basically it's an authentic replica of a Pokeball, which illuminates as well. And I think a series of these are coming out next year, with the first one being the Pokeball, which is probably the only one I'm going to get unless they do like the very niche African ball ones, which I don't think they will do.
You'd get a dive ball, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair with Zavi, you get a free shirt if you pre-order it. So
cool.
I personally think it's an alright price. But yeah, very cool. Like if you know someone that's been a fan of Pokemon since they've been growing up and whatnot, this is a very cool little thing they could display. It looks very nice.
Sorry, I should rephrase. I think the price point is absolutely fair. I just don't have any money because I pay a mortgage. That's what I mean. I absolutely think it's worth the money. It's one of the finest, and just the fact that it's weighted as well. Like it's just one of the nicest looking Pokeballs that you can buy for a display. And credit to these guys because it's die cast. It's incredibly.
It's officially licensed as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and it lights up and everything. I think it's really, really cool. I just don't have whatever it was, £75 to spend. On
the left-hand side, we've got a crystal sort of Pokeball with an image in the middle that lights up. And this is like I said, a present that my sister got me, and it's just really cool. Just very cool. You can get all sorts of Pokemon in there. There's a lot of companies and people that make these. So yeah, scour the internet for them, I'd say. Mm-hmm. 3. This is another gift I actually got. Pokemon Monopoly. Because
wow.
Christmas is about a time of having family around, spending time together. Everyone's off essentially. And what better way to spend an evening than to play some Monopoly, but specifically Pokemon Monopoly?
So what are the properties?
I think they're like just areas like Vermilion City, stuff like that.
So if I remember rightly, I could be wrong. I thought that that you buy Pokemon for people's gyms. So like the first two properties are Geodude and Onyx from Brock's gym, and then the next one is like Horsey, Staryu, and Starmie for Misty's gym, and that's how it works out.
Yes, you're correct. You're correct.
I think because I've played one of these before. The original Monopoly set that came out for Pokemon in whatever it was, 1998, had the most god awful figurines. They were like sort of melted waxworks of Pokemon. The newer ones, I think they're produced by Hasbro, much higher quality metal tokens, so no need to worry. And yeah, you can't go wrong with Monopoly. Super popular board game, and why not play it in Pokemon style?
I haven't played Monopoly in years, but yeah, I've got this one. And I really want the Johto one, but I can't find that anywhere. So F in the chat for that. Yeah, move on to the next one. And this one's a bit biased, but mugs. You know, I just drink a lot of tea. And
you do drink a lot of tea.
Christmas, winter's cold. Warm up with a cup of tea, or warm up with some hot chocolate, or yeah, just Pokemon mugs. You know. And actually, I'm not even going to spend too much time with this one, but the next one is... I
was just on mugs.
Yeah.
I do want to say that there is a gorgeous mug on AliExpress. It's an Eevee mug that has ears and a handle and like jumping out of the mug. It's really cute. And there's a Pikachu one as well, it turns out. And they're super cute mugs. If you want to get a Pokemon mug, that's not a bad one to choose.
I thought you were going to say, talking of mugs, how are you doing, Camille? I was like, oh, what?
No. Save that for later.
The last one, and I guess honorable mention, but I bought myself the first season, well, the first part of the first season on Blu-ray for a present to myself. So, yeah.
Of the Indigo League?
Yes, indeed. They never did like a second part for some reason. I don't know.
So is it remastered then?
Upscaled,
or
not remastered.
Oh, upscaled. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I think it's still 4:3, but
I was going to say, is it still 4:3?
Yeah, it's a little bit clearer.
All right, fair enough. It would be weird if they changed the aspect ratio.
Yeah, and
then you're either adding new content or you're deleting content.
Yeah,
neither of those.
I think it's a lot of work that nobody wants to do. Like quite a few shows are like, yeah, we're not going to do that. No, thank you.
Not for content that people have already digested.
Yeah. And the last one is The Gift of Pokemon, a game. You know. I think growing up, the way Pokemon sort of impacted my life in such a positive manner, it makes me think that, you know, giving someone the gift of Pokemon, or any game really, but it's a Pokemon podcast, so what else do you expect me to say? But it can really change someone's life. And as corny as that sound, it's genuinely true. Like, I wouldn't have met you, for example, if it wasn't for Pokemon.
No, we wouldn't be
been close. Yeah, no. So yeah, the gift of Pokemon really is my cop-out fifth answer. So, yeah. Viva la Pokemon. I remember, like,
Game Boy Advance SP and a copy of a Generation 3 Pokemon game, super cheap on eBay and always a good gift.
I might actually do that myself, to be honest with you, just to play Emerald again. Do you think we're going to get...
You can borrow my Game Boy.
Do you know what I'm going to say for next year's discussion? But, like, man, give me some 2D games, dude.
They'll do a virtual console for the Switch.
I'm going to move on before I get depressed. Where the Helioptile is Pokemon sleep. So, we've spent 27 weeks trying to figure out where Pokemon sleep is.
We've been unsuccessful.
Yeah, unsuccessful. This episode, we're talking about the gifts Delibird would recommend. Now, I actually got a note from Delibird last night. Told me to get some Pokemon bedding. Why might that be? So, we know sleep encompasses pillows, blankets, and covers, right?
Right.
We get Pokemon covers for our pillows and blankets.
Sure.
What if you're entered in a raffle when you buy one of these to get Pokemon sleep?
Ooh, that would be cool.
Do you think that's what they're doing?
That would be cool. I'd buy more Pokemon bedding if it came with a chance of Pokemon sleep.
And look, if we don't ever get Pokemon sleep, then you can sleep with Pokemon bed sheets, which is kind of
the closest thing.
Yeah,
it's the closest thing.
It's like as good as you're going to get. So you can either have Pokemon Sleep with beddings, or no Pokemon Sleep at all?
If it comes integrated with the Pokemon Go Plus, like so you hit the Pokeball in the middle of the bed and it automatically catches anything in Pokemon Go, I'm down. I'm in. I'm invested.
This is like some nightmare dystopian future where you put
It's
your
like,
head
you know
in a
when-
pillow
you know
and
when
it plugs
Bluetooth-
into your brain and like
You know when Bluetooth first came out and everyone was
catch
like, put Bluetooth in everything, put it in your spatulas, put it in your like coats, put Pokemon Go Plus in that bedding.
What if Pokemon Sleep is actually you just counting Mareep till you doze off?
Didn't we make that joke already?
I think we have made that joke. I think we even made it like it's so specifically to the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you know what? At this point, that's probably a more reliable way of going to sleep than trying to wait for this game.
I haven't slept in 15 years. Help me. Oh, Pokemon Sleep. Please put us out of our misery one of these days. I'm moving on.
You can absolutely sleep with a Machoke plushie for the person in the chat.
Surprise, mother trucker. Hey, 2021, the Space Sunrise Live. What is this? Do you know what this is?
They were sending Pokemon into space.
Mark
Weren't
your
they?
calendar, trainers. On the 31st of December, the International Space Station will have a special stream, and some Pokemon are planning to make an appearance. You'll have
Yes.
have to tune in to find out who. So, they're doing a sort of Sunrise Live for whatever reason to celebrate the first sun of 2021, I guess. And they say some Pokemon are going to turn up, so it's sort of like an augmented sort of reality kind of thing. My question to you is, and I'm gonna be a pain and take the first two that jumped to mind already to me. What Pokemon are going to turn up? So I think obviously Deoxys has to be Deoxys.
Sure.
And then Rayquaza, obviously, because you can't have Deoxys without Rayquaza. So, what would you say? What Pokemon are turn up?
I'm just reading Clar584 in the chat. If this is one of the ways that they reveal a brand new mythical Pokemon, that would probably be one of the coolest reveals that they've ever done for Pokemon ever.
Don't ever give
That is a
Pokemon
phenomenal idea.
No, because the last time they did something like this, we spent 24 hours to find a Galarian Ponyta.
It was like 5 seconds of footage in a 24-hour stream.
Yes, we don't give them the idea to release mythical Pokemon like this or reveal them like this. Please, God, no. So anyway, yeah, what do you think is going to turn up? What's turning up?
There are some obvious candidates for the space team, like Jirachi and Mew rings a bell. I hope we get some more.
Mew just because of Mew and Mewtwo, just because of the first opening.
I hope that we get some lesser-known Pokemon like Minior, Solrock, Lunatone, LGM. Yes, good shout. I'm trying to think of any other space-themed Pokemon. Really, they would be cool.
Well, Clefairy, I guess.
Yes, what I really want is like enough Clefairy on the Earth huddled together that there's like this pink mass, and then a Moonstone just shoots down at them. And they all live off.
Charizard. Because why not? Charizard just everywhere.
Hey, maybe podcast form will make an appearance.
Podcast form would be.
Tell you where podcast form didn't make an appearance this year.
Where? Oh no! I was hoping you'd forget. No.
Of course, I didn't forget.
Due to COVID.
Are we blaming COVID for the fact that podcast form merch is not available at?
We'll have to hire someone from Fiverr to make everybody a podcast form plushie.
Guys, the campaign starts now for podcast form merch.
Oh dear.
It's happening.
Here's another idea. Pikachu in a space helmet, because they have so many costume Pikachus at this point. Why not have Pikachu in a space helmet? In fact, I might even just Photoshop it myself.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. Yeah, cool if Team Rocket made an appearance. That would be funny.
Team Rocket Rotom form. Rotom's just become everything now as well. Oh my god. Do you think they're trying to make a Rotom in real life, and that's why we haven't got Pokemon Sleep yet, because they've been unsuccessful? Because you need
they just can't get Rotom to go into the
you need to Go Plus for Pokemon Sleep, so maybe they're trying to make a Rotom for the Go Plus. That's maybe why it's plus, because it's +1 plus Rotom in the... Well, the Pokemon are going to be in the Sunrise thing.
I don't know. I started to run... I mean, maybe there'll be some Dragon types. flying high in the sky.
Now, you know Palkia?
Yes.
It controls space, but not space in the way we think of space.
Physical space.
Physical space, space between dimensions, that kind of space.
Yes.
Do you think it makes an appearance in our sort of space?
How big a event do I have to trigger on Earth so that when everyone else is watching this live stream, where I'm assuming that the Earth will be there, they'll see what I'm doing on the Earth? Like, how big does the explosion have to be?
So, oh god. Rahul in the chat says, I don't know, for my money, the best space Pokemon has to be Mankey. Have you seen this video at all?
I have not.
Okay, just to I'll send it to you after the stream, but it's called, I think it's called the best Pokemon ever. And it's like an argument of two guys just talking about Pokemon, and one guy's just saying, I don't know, for my money, and it's just like a random Pokemon in there. But yeah, Mankey's probably not the best space Pokemon. I don't think it's going to survive too long in space. But yeah, no, I think Mew was a great shout because of the first opening. Mewtwo as well, probably there. Maybe Mewtwo in his like armored form, perhaps even.
Yeah, if there's a rocket tie-in, absolutely.
Okay, but here's my other thing, right? So we've listed Pokemon we think we're going to see. Is this going to be some sort of significant announcement? Are they going to make an announcement for a game? Is it some exciting news? Or is it just what it is, which is Pokemon just turning up in space whilst you look at the first sunrise of the new year?
Based on past record, this is just going to be Pokemon turning up in space.
Cool. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's enough to make me watch.
I think the most important thing is people just temper their expectations, because if they go into this expecting Gen 4 remakes, they might be sorely disappointed. If we get them, fantastic. If we don't get them, please don't shout, for the love of God. There used to
be this viral video of a blue car driving around like a Scottish mountain or whatever, and people used to say, just as it disappears behind these trees, they think they see a ghost. So that happens in the distance. So you're like really sort of hunkered into the video, trying to like spot this tiny little ghost. And then this guy just jumps out at you in like a Grinch outfit, and it's terrifying.
If I haven't been, like, there used to be this game with a maze where you have to drag your mouse very carefully into the maze, and like there's one level in that maze where it's just like a horror scream, and yeah, that's got me so many times.
Like just as the sun starts to rise, I hope Apon throws up and just breaks all hell loose.
Oh dear, it's just gonna be Masuda being like, yeah. Some Pokemon weren't available on the space trip. We've cut them out to space.
What I'm really curious about, though, is because I think it's meant to be augmented reality, and that there's a limited range of viewing angles. You can turn your phone around, and you can sort of see different angles. I wonder if or how well the Pokemon will be mapped to the physical space in space, or whether it's going to be like Pokemon who look like they're standing in thin air, kind of thing. Like, I'm very curious.
You look at Pluto, which is no longer a planet, and they're like, oh look, Pluto's Pokemon sleep is no longer a thing anymore. No.
Maybe this is the beginning of Pokemon Sleep. Maybe that's the announcement.
I think the responsible thing for me to say before we end this little segment of ours till we get to the final segment is that this is occurring at midnight on the 31st. Now, here's the snag. This tweet originally was from Japan, and Japan's tweet says 11:45, and it doesn't give a time zone, so I'm assuming this is Japan time, which would be 2:45 p.m. on the 31st UK time. So
that's good. That'd be easy to watch.
Just to be safe, make sure you wake up early, go over to Twitter on the Pokemon Japanese account, or even Pokemon, because they quote tweeted this, and the link is there. There isn't like an individual link. The link will be there, and you just need to wait for it to go live. So that's where you can sort of watch it. So yeah. Any more?
I don't think so. I think that's been an episode.
It's time for unknown question of the week, or fact of the week. I always get that wrong. It's because my thing's named unknown question, but it's like a PNG. So yeah, what's the unknown fact of the week?
Unknown fact of the week this week is: did you know that when Pokemon Blue Rescue Team launched in Japan, it would wipe the save data of any GBA file you had in your DS?
No.
Yeah. So
this was an official Cyberpunk.
Yeah. So this was an official announcement, and it broke all over. I mean, they were doing recalls in Japan for the Japanese release because that's the only place it was affected. But when it released on November 17th, when you put it into your DS and you tried to play the game, because Blue Rescue Team integrated with Red Rescue Team, if Pokemon Red Rescue Team was not in the GBA slot, when Blue Rescue Team tried to access it, it wiped the data in your GBA cartridge, any save data.
That is truly heartbreaking.
So there's numerous sources for this. There's obviously like the official announcements, and I've found some of them. GameSpot have done an article on it more recently, but there's numerous people who were affected by it, and they eventually the Pokemon Company had to ship out replacement cartridges.
Video games, eh?
Technology is a weird and wonderful thing.
I will say, looking at the two Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team, I'd always pick Blue Rescue Team, to be honest with you.
You would for Totodile. I always picked red.
Yeah. I mean, blue's my favourite colour as well, to be fair.
Oh, fair enough.
And that Pikachu with a blue bandana, and then you've got Totodile there and Mudkip.
That's why you're a Chelsea supporter, right?
I like Mudkips. Whoa. We don't blaspheme here on the podcast. I tell you what, good man. Good sir. Right. Yeah, Mystery Dungeon, a franchise I could never get into for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I've played 2 of them and I loved them. It's just a different kind of game.
Yeah. Right. That has been another episode of the PokeRamble Podcast. We are taking next week off unless something significant happens with the whole space thing, which we're assuming it won't. So I'm having a week off. Let me rest. But we'll be back rest. Better than ever. Plans for the new year, new discussions. The first topic is going to be what we want to see in 2021 from Pokemon, considering it is the 25th anniversary. So that's going to be the topic.
That's just going to be me talking about Pokemon Sleep for an hour.
Fair enough. If you have something you want to see in Pokemon next year, you can email us at PokeRamblePod@gmail.com. That's for us to read out on the show, not for us to contact Game Freak and be like, hey guys, know you're busy, but we've got some ideas. Even though we should probably do that, actually, because we could make them a lot of money, I think.
Yeah, we should.
Cool. You can find me at twitch.tv/KamailH. I'll be doing a stream tomorrow, Bleach opening rankings at 7 p.m, so join me then. You can find us at the PokeRamble Podcast on Spotify and YouTube, as always. And Emmett, where can they find you?
You can find me by emailing PokeRamblePod@gmail.com.
Yeah, he doesn't like social media.
But you can email me anytime.
Just Dead Space right now. Not the game.
No, that's all right.
Just Dead Space.
Enjoy. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. And we will see you with more stuff in the new year. Do you want to quickly plug some of the new stuff coming in the new year?
Yes. I've got a very good title for the show, but I'm not going to reveal it here. But we'll be having an interview show sometime in the new year, hopefully. You got the PokeRamble Podcast, and we've got a new segment coming up called Pokemon Pun of the Week. And no, don't worry, it's not me doing the puns for once.
No, we've hired a professional.
We've hired a professional. And that's all I can think of that's happening next year, unless you got some ideas.
We're going to kick off that Pokemon Journeys podcast at some point. We need to think about that.
I literally just need the image. Oh, sorry, the sound.
Is that all we need? All right, I'll do that this week, in our week off.
I don't really have an overlay, but I could think of something, to be fair.
Right, listen, if the Pokemon Journeys podcast, and that's all it needs, it's happening this week. So look forward to the Pokemon Journeys podcast sometime early next year.
Cool. Till then, I've been Kamail.
I've been the Frontier Brain.
And we're out.
Bye, guys.